Bing.
What's happening? What's happening? What's good? What's good,
Going
people? What's happening?
on. What it is?
How y'all good people feeling today?
That's 2 8
Good,
time.
we good.
Tell me, how you feeling today, bro? You chilling, bro?
Feeling good.
Okay.
Looking
Good, feeling great.
What's up there? P, what's up, bro?
Sun out, baby. We
Hey,
good.
what's happening?
All right,
All
all right.
jacking live at its finest, baby.
This Jaw Jacking podcast number 2.
Hey, listen, before we even start, because I don't want no mistakes this time, somebody check the audio.
Yeah, the audio.
I got it.
Bro.
You heard it just now.
Okay. Okay, good.
You're on time.
Is there a delay in the audio?
Got to do the clap test.
There's a delay, but I mean, it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, from what I'm seeing and then when it starts.
No, it's not. It's a delay
You're
from
watching this.
us. Yeah, from us. He talking about like if I'm moving my hands or the clap, is it registering on the thing at the same time as he claps?
Ooh, you catching that, boy? Way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's contagious.
Oh,
Hey, boy.
Oh, J.Good.
Oh,
No, I'm not doing that dumb shit.
Oh, hit it, Sully.
Hey, Y'all Jacket Podcast, episode 2. We're gonna get into it. Tell me about y'all day before we start. You know, everybody
Hey,
good.
your boy Knuckleheads right here. We
Okay.
got some great topics for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We got Jay Handsome over there, you know, with the sexy shades on, thinking you look like the Feds, you feel me?
You got a wire.
You got AKA Huey Newton, AKA Dilla in the building.
What's good?
He called that nigga Huey Newton.
You know what I'm saying? We got One Punch Family Gaming, you feel me? Keep the body shining. And we got the man with the meanest kicks in the city, baby, J.Good.
All right, bro. So, let me ask y'all a question. Is VR here to stay, or is it just a phase? I'm asking the niggas that actually play with the VR stuff. I don't really have too much of an interest.
I got it. It's here to stay.
I got it too.
It ain't for everybody, you know. Actually, it's here to stay for the simple fact that, you know, they got porn on that thing now, boy. What? Man, ain't nothing like a virtual titty, yo. I'm telling you. Hey, go to Japan on their website, yo. They over here losing their wives because of this shit, boy. You know what I'm saying?
No.
This shit. Listen, the NBA got the VR live now, so it definitely ain't going nowhere. It's only getting better. This is facts. Everybody needed an escape. Everybody can't hold a control and get away from the real world. So they got another drug for you. They just call it VR.
Can I say something even though I don't have it, like just from the outside looking in?
Okay, outside looking in.
I mean, like for me, it kind of looks gimmicky. Like I don't see it like it just kind of seemed like PlayStation move. Like that, like it's kind of gimmicky. Like you have some people who have it, some people who don't, but it'll never be like the standard way of like playing the game. Like if somebody was to come out with a console VR only, I don't think it'll sell like how an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Wii. I don't think it would sell like that. I think it's just kind of, like I said, like gimmicky. Like it's something that's fun and new, but I don't think it's the standard. Like we got the TV controller. We done had this shit since the motherfucking 90s, and I believe it will stay that way.
Y'all keep going, bro.
Oh damn, J.Good.
No, keep going, bro.
Hey, deal. That is facts, but for the VR and the PlayStation, you get the best of both worlds. You know, because you sit on that thing more than 3-4 hours, you gonna have a headache. You feel me? So
Yeah,
it's cool when I have company come over. You know, hey, ain't nothing like seeing an old ass auntie off some wine, putting it on her. Videos is priceless. The moments is priceless. They won't grab a controller, but they'll try that VR headset. So it's just memories for me.
Right, like I said,
that's why it's good.
That's why I think, like I said, I think it's like gimmicky. I don't mean it to shade it, but I think it's more so, like I said, it's just something fun, like a party object. Like people come over, like, oh yeah, you know, check out the VR headset.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever like replace a controller. I don't think that.
Nah, you see, I'm on my couch. I ain't never about to be standing up all day playing no fair point.
Now
they tripping.
Now, because they don't have they have the games that they make for the VR headset are like specific for utilizing the VR headset to this utmost capability, which is fine. But imagine like, remember, Dill, when I first got it and I was like playing Smite with it. If when I was playing with it, it looked really good and it was like wow. But imagine if it actually lets you, if you put the VR headset on, let you play Ra from his inside that body. So when I'm looking around, you're playing with the controller still, but when I'm looking around, there's Ratataskar right here, not the 3D version. I can see him. I can look down the lane and see where the assassin is at, as opposed to playing it in third person. When they start implementing those kind of features for the headset in games, it'll upgrade it from there to like a whole nother level, because they're making the games for the VR headset where you're playing like Resident Evil and you're doing all that kind of stuff. But imagine them implementing that into some of the games that they already have. Like when you're playing Fortnite in first person, and when I'm looking over there and I'm looking around, I'm actually inside that character's body.
I think they have to standardize that for that to even be a thing, because just like you said, like if you was playing from a first person perspective, imagine the casual gamer just playing from a third person. Obviously he'll have an advantage over you. So like I said, I think that if it was casualized, yeah, like if everybody had like
a VR mode only,
or that. But once again, we just lost your boy J.Good. But
oh no.
Even with that, even with that, oh, there you go, you back, boy. But even with that, like if everybody, if it doesn't come equipped with a like a VR headset or whatever, how many people is actually gonna go out and spend what was like $500, $400 or whatever for a whole, like basically it's a whole nother console just for accessory. Now if it was a console that came with the VR headset minus the controller, like if the VR headset and like whatever other like controls that comes with it to allow you to move with the actual VR headset or whatever, if that came and replaced the controller and it was an actual console, it didn't come with a controller, you could play with a controller or a VR headset, it was VR headset and all the accessories that came with it, and that was the controller of the system, then I would think that will be more of a thing. But like I said, I don't see like game developers even doing that. Like I think it'll flop. Like it's unique, but at the same time it's gimmicky, and it's kind of following in the it would be following in the footsteps of like Nintendo and like the little quirky stuff that they make, but always like fail because people say that they want creativity, but when you give it to them, ain't nobody trying to support that. Like they're like, no, I ain't trying to sit here with no headset all day on my head.
It's here to stay.
I agree with that. They would.
But I think I kind of got off topic.
And one of the things I kind of agree with Dill. I think it's kind of gimmicky. It's cool when you have it, but I kind of equate it to like how 3D TVs were when they first came out. Yeah, it was hot, and it was great if you had one, but it didn't really catch on like that. It never became the standard that it was supposed to be. And I don't see VR doing that since it's based on an additional accessory purchase. Maybe if it's released as a full system and, their game developers are coming out, so it's utilizing the full capability of it and all that. But then we're talking about spending probably $600 for a system. And I just don't see it getting down to the price point that every consumer, normal consumers, can even get to purchase it. But I mean that was my take on it. I kind of group it in like VR with augmented reality. Maybe one day they can figure out how to make that work for everything, but
it's just an accessory right now. It's not a main source. Like if you got a VR, like you ain't shitting on everybody in the gaming world. But if you ain't got one, it's not like, oh my God, I'm missing out. He got a VR and I don't. Like, no. Nah, if you got a PlayStation and you ain't got a Pro, you're missing out. These is facts.
Oh my
These
gosh.
is
Bro,
facts.
yeah, that's just as true, P, bro.
These is
accept
facts,
that
yo.
shit, bro. You need to accept that shit, bro.
Listen,
But with the VR, I mean,
Hold on, before y'all finish, somebody GoGrid said tests are still being done on how VR affects the brain. Frame rate on the PS4 hurts the VR, so you need higher frame rates.
I mean, I don't know how that shit even work. I was gonna ask y'all how it
Grid.
actually
Listen, if
look.
they go any faster, as soon as we put it on our head, we're gonna start throwing up. Like,
I mean, but honestly, like frame rate isn't even like it doesn't really account for nothing. Like after a certain amount of frame rates, it's just gonna make everything seem like too fast. Like everything is gonna be registering too fast. And it's coming from a dude who fuck with frame rate when it comes to like cameras and shit. Like if you crank your frame rate up too high, like everything is panning too smoothly or whatever. And a quick fun fact: majority of the movies, besides I think like two, are shot in like 24 frames per second or whatever. And motherfuckers go to the movies and be like, "Yo, that was some dope ass." Like it's not really the frame rate. Like I think it was The Hobbit or something. That was one of the only films that was shot in like 60 frames per second. So more frames doesn't necessarily mean better graphics. Like that's that has something to do totally different with like GPUs and processors and shit. This gonna come with time when it comes with new consoles, and then also you still gotta have a TV that's going to allow you to see that progress, allow you to see all of that beauty or whatever that they're putting into these games or whatever. So,
Okay.
all right. So,
But I mean, with the VR though, the thing I don't understand is if it's supposed to be, I guess, this wave or the future or whatever, why they not really pushing no games like that? Why I haven't heard any like games like really launching or taking off in the VR, like just like it was like a regular system. Like I hear like Farpoint and stuff like that, but those games aren't really talked about like that. I mean, I know they got like a Batman and a Star Trek game and some other stuff, but we're not hearing about them games as like AAA titles or anything like that. Those games are not being pushed out there to be like, oh well, these games are just fucking amazing on the VR. I'm not hearing anything about that. The one game I did hear that was somebody I worked with was he played on the Resident Evil, the new Resident Evil. He played that shit on VR.
that's clutch.
But that's the only game I ever heard anybody talk about on the VR to say, yo, this game is the shit on the VR. Other than that, all the other games I ain't heard nothing about. So, I mean, are they going? They must have to.
I think they got to catch up. They got to catch up with the VR and what we like with the VR and what we don't, because I don't even think they know exactly what the people enjoy with the VR. I think they just putting stuff out there piece by piece. Right now it's at a standstill right now, but there's a lot of stuff they're dealing with as far as people complaining about headaches, how long you can keep it on. Like my wife can only keep it on for about an hour and a half playing that VR. She'd be on the couch like this. We get an Excedrin, boy. I'd be on that thing like crack, boy. Talk about some. Legit. So it's different strokes for different folks. So once they figure that out, it'll be good. But it's not a necessity though. Like if you want a VR, I prefer you don't go buy a brand new. Me, I ain't paying no $500-600. I bought me a used one for the $200. You feel me? So it's not a loss for me, regardless if it's sitting on the shelf for a couple of days or a week, because I ain't paid full price for it. But if I paid $600 for it, I would be sending HR and everybody else, hey, I want some damn games. Like, because I didn't put a whole nother system in my house that I'm not even enjoying.
Right.
Right. And not just other games. I want true games that was made for the VR, not adapted for it.
Right.
Like what's the game that we was playing, Django? That was like, that's a VR game. It was Valkyrie.
Yeah, that's good.
That game is that it pulls all the VR stuff, and I think it was Call of Duty Falcons. I think when you're in the ship, those are games that was like, yeah, you're not gonna play this unless it's on a VR. You don't even want to mess with it. Just like Hulu and Netflix. I believe it's Netflix. I know Hulu has a separate VR channel Where if you're watching Hulu, you watch all your regular Hulu stuff. But if you're watching National Geographic and you switch to the VR, anything that you watch on that VR station is all VR, made for VR, everything. So when you put the headset on, all that stuff is just VR. The TV shows, the movies, the National Geographic safaris, everything is built just for VR.
Okay,
I
what
mean,
about the games, though?
I mean, honestly, I think like if VR is going to take off, it'll have to be on the PC first. And the reason why I say that is because they have the two lead in VR period. Because I kind of forgot about this since we normally play on PlayStation or whatever. But like they got like the Oculus Rift, and then they also have like the HTC Vive or something like that.
Yeah.
Those are like the lead into like actual like VR consoles. So those are consoles that's VR only or whatever. But then again, it's on the PC. So you're still on a console, so to speak, that has like normal play, and then you have like VR play or whatever. You can still go and play like the VR games or whatever with normal mouse and keyboard and shit like that. But though, like I said, going back to what I said, like the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift, those would be like the blueprint. Like if they take off and they do it right and they make it to where like, yo, you can't play these games, and they're not like really, they're not trying to make money, but they're more so trying to push the VR and like further like the VR like plan. They will have to make games that's VR only, and it will be no exceptions, and it'll have to be a hot game to where people like, yo, I gotta go cop a VR to play this game, and then naturally you'll see console, you know, like PlayStation and Xbox starting to follow to where they'll start adopting these games and then trying to adapt it over or, you know, port it over to work with their VR shits when, you know, they finally get that down pat. Because honestly, like the VR with PlayStation, that's kind of like play school VR. That's like the VR that we was like fucking with way back in the day when they first was like starting up.
No, I wouldn't shoot it down.
Wait. I wasn't finished. In comparison, because
okay,
it's not the same. Like if you ever like watch any sort of videos with the VR on PC versus the VR that's like on PlayStation Network or whatever, like it's totally different. It's like night and day. It's like light years ahead of it because you got people like picking up shit. You got people punching zombies and picking up.
I give you that. We got the JV version. Y'all varsity.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
This is
Hey,
facts.
I mean, okay, so a question. So what genres would do well on the VR, or in your personal opinion? Like, how do you feel about that? Because I personally don't think basketball do well. I don't want to see.
No.
I think action, adventurous,
Yeah,
and just scary games would be like
definitely scary games.
Yeah. He hit that
That's
right
why
now.
Resident Evil was such a hit, because it's actually like you feel like you in that game, like, you know.
I know what was that game that what was that fucking game that everybody like jumped on a bandwagon and you supposed to be in like different motherfucking universes, and it was like a whole but it was like generated, it was a whole
Oh,
bunch
you're talking about No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky. Now if No Man's Sky
Get
was
that
VR,
weak ass
look,
bullshit out of
No
here.
Man's
I liked
Sky,
it. Me and Tiki
if
Man
No
liked
Man's
it.
Sky was VR only, I think it would have done way better than what it did. Well,
Fuck no.
it didn't really even do bad. It's just it was
Hey!
no, like
Locust, played that. Hey, thanks for the follow, man.
It did bad, bro. They didn't live up to nothing to what the fuck
Right.
they said.
And race.
but I'm
Like,
talking about far as sales, it didn't do so bad, but it was ass in the sense of it didn't live up to the hype that people was trying to put out. Like me personally, I feel like I was in the Twilight Zone when people was raging about that game. I'm like, what is it? Like, what is it offering? Like, I'm gonna go around and explore shit, maybe kill some fucking aliens or some shit like that. Like that game never interested me or whatever. But
You're not the only one. I felt that way too. But what the issue about that whole game was, I don't know exactly. They promised a bunch of bullshit and then they didn't. Basically, like every other game, except Nick, a lot of people put in a lot of money into it, getting the game, and then they found out nothing from what the developer said was true to the game. So that's why they took a whole bunch of backlash to that shit.
Yeah, and I'm honestly tired of like companies getting away with that shit. Like I'm not even just saying getting away with it, like nobody saying nothing about it, but getting away with it on a scale of them taking your money and still being able to keep your bread and like not like reneging on everything that they put out. All like that is so corny to me. Like I can sell motherfuckers dreams if that if that's what it takes to
You just gonna
make
sell
a
something?
million. I can tell you whatever the fuck you like. Like just give me your ear. Like I can tell you some sweet ass shit, and that's essentially what they're doing. They're telling people all this sweet ass shit, and then you buy something that's false. Like we're not hearing this through like some third party game fucking review website or something like this. This is coming out of the horse's mouth. They're telling you what's going to be in this game, what it's going to do, what are you going to be able to do, and then I guess in the middle they're like, "Yo, this is just too much. We're gonna renege," and then they start trying to do damage control like the following week up to the release after you did the pre-orders and all that shit, and that's a big thing on why I really didn't support pre-ordering it like when it was new, because when you give motherfuckers the money first, they start acting up. And essentially you pre-order something that's limited in stock. I've never logged on to PlayStation Network, went in the store and said, "Oh my God, they ran out of digital copies. Like I keep running out of fucking digital copies."
Stupid.
So what are you taking pre-orders for? Like that right there exposed the whole gimmick of we gonna take your money before the fact so you can't get a motherfucking refund. Cause the way that the companies do us on console versus PC, cause like in like what is it? What is the shit P? I got it right here on my computer. I'm tripping. But the fucking Steam. So Steam on PC, when you buy a game or whatever, you could literally tell the motherfuckers, "I just don't like the fucking game."
Yep.
And they refund you your money. Granted, you can't abuse the shit, but they will refund you your money or whatever. We don't have a system like that on console, period.
Where's this? I need that.
You don't mess with PC. That's a PC thing. That ain't a Mac thing.
But niggas don't need to play on the fucking computer though. Not like that.
Right? I mean, like, us period.
Yeah, us.
I might say, cause yeah.
We console players. We don't. I got a gaming PC and haven't game with y'all motherfuckers. Well, no, I take that back. I game with Deal once, but other than that, I haven't game with niggas on this bitch.
Imagine if you bought a PlayStation game on the thing, played it, and then just say, "You know what? There's a quick little button because you don't want to have to call nobody. It's a quick little button like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be good, but I really don't like God of War. Okay, you only put 5 hours into it. They ain't gonna do it if it's like 40 hours. If you're under 10 hours, they say, okay, full refund back. Like, all right, boom, I'm get something else that I like. That's tight work.
And they're reasonable too, because like they say, like, okay, as long as you didn't put over a certain amount of hours, I think it's like 10 or 12 hours. But I went over a game in hours because I fucking literally left my damn console on the game. It was running up hours all fucking day. And I think I was like 1 hour over the fucking limit or whatever. And I went and talked to one of the Steam support motherfuckers or whatever, and they still refunding me my money or whatever. And like I said, granted, if you abuse the shit, they eventually gonna catch on like, oh no, he on some other shit, and they'll take all your privileges away. But I mean, that's a privilege. Like no game, I don't know of anybody else but them who do that shit or whatever.
Okay.
They can't do that for people like me though. I wouldn't own nothing except for 2 games.
Sully buy every fucking thing, bro. Nobody trying to hear that.
Go Grade in the chat also said, Origin does it. Yeah.
Yeah, Origin gives you 7 days. He said.
I don't even know what the fuck that is, bro.
It's pretty much the same.
Same like Steam.
But it's like it's by EA though. But EA like they do it too. But EA is a shitty company anyway. I'm sorry.
That didn't used to be like that though. That's the sad part. They didn't even used to be like that, bro.
They got greedy, yo. They monopolized the market, so they don't give a fuck. No
Yeah, I
more.
remember EA Sports Big Boy with NBA Streets and all that shit, bro. Hey, they didn't used to be like that, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, so with that being said, is digital downloads actually better than going to the store and copping the game?
Yes.
For sure.
Nope.
Listen, I ain't gotta wait in no line. The only thing pre-orders do is sometimes they'll release the game at like 10 o'clock at night instead of we gotta wait on midnight.
Right.
Like, that's all they got. But by the time they shit get done downloading and installing, we right on pair with them. Maybe 30 minutes behind.
I would say yeah and no, and I'm kind of in the middle because when you go full digital download, you killing the market, you killing the resale market because you like, for instance, a single player game that's gonna get old quick. That's like reading a book. Once you read the book once, you read the book. You could keep reading it, but it's never gonna change. So you honestly you would want to sell it or whatever. But if you have a digital book, you can't sell the digital book. Just like you can't sell your digital copy or whatever. There's no way to do that as of now. But I mean, there's other reasons besides that. But outside of that, I say yeah, because me personally, I bought my shit digital because all of the resale markets are like, they're kind of like insulting. Like, I'm not
trash.
like, yeah, I'm not.
GameStop is fucking trash.
Right.
You pay $60. You take that bitch in 2 days later. They say I'll give you $20.
Hold on now before y'all get out of hand. I bought my PS4 with the credits that I had cashed out from buying video games, having the hard copies of them, finish playing them, and then taking them back and getting the the store credit, and then they're doing double downs for games that might only give you $20. They give you 30 or 40. At the end of that time, hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I don't even know what that name is. What?
Hey, whoever can spell his name, hey, whoever can pronounce his name, boy,
Claudio Ducat.
Claudio Ducat.
Claudio Ducat.
Claudio Ducats. Boy, it's a good thing somebody else in the stream that can read that. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. Welcome to fam. Welcome to the fam.
We gonna have to get your ass a nickname.
Hey P, but back to what you were saying, bro. I mean, just because they did that shit doesn't make that shit like they justified your fucking prices of what you paid for, bro.
That might be true, but the fact that I was able to utilize the fact that, okay, I didn't want this game anymore. Now what I do? Because now, because of y'all, I've got 2 versions of 2K on my system that I can't get no credit for. It's just sitting on my system. So I gotta delete it now off my system, but I can't do anything else with it. Wherein, had it been a couple years ago before y'all got me into this digital download and stuff, I could have been right when they were saying, hey, if you turn this game in, we give you extra store credit to the next 2K, right in that little pocket. I would take the 2K there, get my credit, put it towards the next 2K, get some extra bonus points that they give you from GameStop for doing the little trade-in thing, and that would stack up to my points later on if I want to get a controller, some extra games for the kids or something like that. There was an incentive to do it. Now, no matter what I do, I just got to buy another something because everything is digital on my on the PlayStation.
You gotta buy a whole new something, but you ain't getting robbed neither. If you think about how much shit you can trade it in, you done bought an Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 with 2 controllers. Like, they nickeling and diming that shit. How long them points take? I got somebody that work at GameStop. Like, he spend more money at GameStop than he get out for credit. Like, so it really don't mean nothing about the credit. That's just to keep the incentive to be like, oh, well, we giving you this on your credit points. You ain't saying you didn't just took the same 2K you gave me $20 for. You sold it to the man behind me for $45. But if I want to sell it to him in the store, you telling me I got to get out your store because we can't do that.
Yeah, I've been kicked out for that.
Oh, you can sell them the drugs. You can sell them the drugs because you the owner. But I got some dope, but I can't sell it. Yeah, get out of here, yo.
And the thing, it wasn't even my idea. I was sitting there, and I was turning in like Modern Warfare 2. This was a long time ago, as you can tell by Modern Warfare 2. They were offering, like, they have Modern Warfare 2 on the shelf for $45. They were offering me like $12 for Modern Warfare 2. I had a guy in the store. He said, yo, I'll give you 30 for this shit right now. I was like, bet. Here you go. Gave me the 30. They said, oh, no, you got to get out the store. You can't even spend your 30 here. I was like, that was the day I said, you all right, I won't come back in this bitch because I understood we kind of disrespected their business there, but it was the fact that me, like, I've spent so much money there and I have given them so much money by because trading in shit, like I'll trade in games and this for $7 and then they'll turn around and sell the shit for like $20-$30 or whatever. I understand that's their fucking hustle. But my thing is, I'm not going to complain about something and try to make you change it. I'm just not going to support your hustle. I'm not going to support the business or whatever because it, like I said, it's degrading for one. I'm like, and then it's insulting. You're not going to give me no fucking crackhead price when I see up on that, like right there up on the motherfucking stand or on the shelf, you're about to sell my game used for like quadruple what the fuck I'm getting paid for it or whatever. And it's stupid. Like, so altogether, that kind of led me to basically saying if I can't get what I want for, or a decent price, because I'm not expecting to get paid $20 less than what I paid for it, or like something crazy, like like damn near new price. I'm not expecting them to pay out that or whatever. But I'm not expecting you to give me like $3 and $4 when you're about to sell the game for like $30 and $40. Like that's crazy to me or whatever. And then it's like I could see if they did something like, okay, if you come in with 7 games at once or whatever, this probably about to be like a free business model for them. Like 7 games at once or whatever. We would start giving you bonus credit based on how many games you're turning in at once that's of like relevancy. Granted, you can't come with a whole bunch of fucking NBA 2006s or whatever and fucking rack up on points on us, but any games that's on the list that's of relevance to us.
They do have that.
What they do have is they have like 2 of like games that came out like last month.
Yeah.
you can turn 2 in for the price of 1 because we're about to fuck you on that price. Yeah, well you can turn 2 of them in for the price of the new game. Like I've done all that turning in shit. But like I said, I stopped supporting it because it's stupid. It's a bad business practice, and then it's also annoying every time I walk in that bitch, somebody trying to shove a pre-order down my fucking throat. And no, I don't want to pre-order shit. If I want to pre-order something, I would tell you I want to pre-order something. Stop shoving that shit down my throat and stop, trying to lowball me on these prices or whatever. And then and me personally, where I live, this is kind of personal. Every time I would go there, I would have some like this motherfucker's just annoyed to be alive or something. They're just so angry at everything, and then they don't know shit either. Like I hate going into places that's like that or whatever. But me kind of get off topic. That's what killed me buying this. Like I stopped buying this because of that. Because like I said, if I can't get a decent price for the games, then what's the point of me going out and spending gas coming up to your store to buy a disc that you're going to fucking turn around and try to give me less than gas money for it when I'm done with it or I want to trade it back in. I've literally walked out of a store, open the game up, and be like, you know what, man, I don't know if I really want this or whatever. Close it back, go up in the store and try to return it, and them niggas try to give me like $40, and I just paid $60 for the fucking game. I'm like, this is a fucking true story.
And they know you ain't played it. Like they know you.
I'm like, yo, I didn't even pop the disc in yet. Like, yeah, I opened it,
but the seal is broken.
I'm about to say that's my mistake or whatever. I did open it, whatever.
Off the lot, boy. As soon as you drive that bitch off the lot, nigga.
But you know what? I know people who got them little plastic things in their homes, and they just.
Hey, I had them. I had
throw that thing and be like, yeah, I never even opened it.
Hey, I had the.
Hey, I got one.
Hey, Sully, what was you about to say though, bro? You about to say something a long time ago.
Who?
You started to say something.
Oh, I don't remember. I was just looking at what Goger said. It's like GameStop ain't nothing but a pawn shop. I agree with that.
Pawn shop give you better prices, baby.
I was done with GameStop. I don't think I ever traded in a game.
No, you always used to come with me when we used to go to one by my house.
Yeah, I didn't like the concept of it where they give you like a few dollars to restock their shelves for them. It's like you.
Yeah.
What are you, crazy? No. Because if they had to actually buy the games to resell them, they wouldn't make any money. But they figured they got some gullible people that are tired of games, and they could give them a few dollars and then turn around and make like 200% profit on it. It's like,
That's
no,
crazy.
not of my game. I'd rather keep it and spoil
And
and
Sully
crap.
matter of fact, when he gave Parris his PlayStation 3, Parris thought that Sully was better dad than me because I think he had like 60 games. He had basketball where they was in the single digits. He's like, look at all the games Uncle Sully gave me. I'm like, you're not even gonna play half of these. Don't make a difference. Sully had a book bag full of games, never traded in.
Nothing. I refuse to make profit off of me.
I kind of said I sold all my shit, bro. I had all type of shit: PlayStation, Xbox 360, Nintendo 3DSs. I gave all that shit away, bro. And like, if I gave my PlayStation 2 away, bro, and then I'd be like, damn, bro, like I miss all the games I have on my PlayStation 2. I gave all that shit to GameStop. Then you realize, like, I might not play that bitch, but shit, I might as well keep it for nostalgia shit.
You
Or
might as well
like,
keep it and make it a game room. Like you could have had that shit on your walls or some shelves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, even look, check this shit out, bro. I lost my classic, my old Nintendo, like the Nintendo with the cartridges, bro, and they came out with the classic. So I bought the classic. You can't even put no fucking games in that bitch, bro. I was so pissed off about that shit. I'm like, bro, I bought this bullshit. And I can't even play the main games that I wanted to play on the fucking Nintendo, bro. I gotta play the games that y'all gave me.
Built-in hard drive.
Fuck no, they can kiss my ass.
I'm gonna donate my PS4 for one of our jaw jacking sessions. We're gonna do a giveaway. Give away my PS4.
Okay.
Your PS4 Pro?
Yeah.
No, you might as well give it to me.
PS4.
And he had to think about it like, wait a minute.
But the PS4, yeah.
I mean, but even with that, a good point to bring up is you're gonna donate it, but a motherfucker. The only thing I don't like about the digital downloads is it's tied to your shit. Like, I feel like it should be tied to the PlayStation. Like, they should change that shit. It should be tied to the PlayStation because, okay, so if I give my other PlayStation away, you can't play none of my shit because you can't log into my shit. So now all the games, I'm like, yeah, I got a bunch of games. I got this, 4 gigabyte hard drive, whatever. You can't play none of the fucking games on there that's downloaded. You still got to get your own games. So I'm like, I don't like that type of shit.
Also, like, kind of like a side topic to that, what I hate is the fact that I've probably bought like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas about like fucking 4 times probably. And like I have like right now on my account, I have like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, like Bully, like like all like Warriors, all them good shits.
Right.
From the PS3. We move over to the PS4. Them bitches are not there, but they're reselling them.
Yeah,
they're selling them again. Like how are people not calling them out on this shit? Like that is amazing to me. And then they're selling it for like, what is it, like $10-15 a pop? And it's like, I've like I said, I've bought that game so many motherfucking times, and due to like one was on disc and I had my original disc obviously, and PS3 used to support like the fucking the backwards compatibility, but then they took that away. And it looks like they took that away so they can fucking sell this shit to you digitally. Then I buy it digitally.
Of course.
And then I go over to my fucking PS4. I refuse to buy it on PS4 now.
Yes,
but I bought it on PC so I can keep it forever. But
listen, it's some company right now that's gonna give us the right to buy it and get reused digitally.
We might as well take advantage of that shit before anybody else. We need to come up with some concept. We just need to go ahead and jump on it before anybody else can jump on it because
you can buy and resell everything now. Like,
hey, they is fucking the market. Look, they got me. I ain't gonna lie, shit. Anytime they come out with some shit on the PS4, like Bully, I was like, oh, they brought out Bully again. Give it to me, because
oh yeah, you always. Certain games I won't buy again because I know like
But then again, I had it on a PlayStation, but then I gave my PlayStation 3 away. So that's the only reason I got it again. But I mean, even with that, I still feel like it still should be tied to the system, not to my motherfucking account and shit like that. I feel like I should be able to play whatever the fuck I want to play if it's on the system, no matter who name it was bought under. If it's under that system, whatever. Because if you ever look at the options, you go to every system has a number on it. So whatever number system it was that had the games on it, it should be locked to that fucking system. Shit. No motherfucking lock me out of this shit because I ain't got no account, or the account that bought it has it and I don't got that account, so I can't play the games. It's bullshit.
They'll never do that. Think about how much money they made off duplicates. It got to be up there with the damn near brand new games.
Okay, so I mean, with that being, because basically what you're saying is you would like it to be locked to the serial number. So what happens when your system breaks?
Shit, then they gonna have to do something about that shit. Shit, as long as if I got the serial number, if I can tell you the serial number of my fucking PlayStation, when I get another PlayStation, give me all my shit back. Shit.
So then what?
Then it has to be locked to your account.
Yeah, I was about to say
yep.
And
my argument will be count again.
Even though I like where you going, but my argument will be that's why it's to the account in the first place, because now instead of you giving me your serial number on the back and all of that, you could just use your fucking account and know your username and password, and you don't even have to fuck with me. You don't even have to call me, come see me, none of that shit. You can do all that shit your damn self. But
nah, I mean, but still, I understand the how they doing the shit. I just don't like that type of shit.
I see what I think is
because when I got the PS4 Pro, I didn't have to spend out a dime. I could just go to my account and download all the games that I had.
But imagine if the hack happened. 2010? The hack happened. Your password got changed, bro. You can't get into your account. You can't get your games. Now what?
Yeah. I mean, it goes both ways, but it would be more efficient with the account though. But also, I mean, like, what would be nice is if you could, whatever you have downloaded on your system, you can use offline. So say if you have a bunch of fucking single player games and it's downloaded to a system, you can use that offline. But once you start going to like online games and shit like that, obviously you can't fucking populate the world with your motherfucking game and have them playing it all online and shit like that. So I guess that would be a little better of a fix, even though I mean there's still room to abuse that as well. But I guess that would be more of an option for that shit, because on PS3 you could do that. Like when my account got banned, well, my system actually had got banned. All my fucking games, my whole system.
Holy Toledo, your whole system?
My whole system got banned.
He was doing some illegal ass shit, huh?
We told him about doing that stuff too.
We ain't even gonna go into that, y'all. I was a young bug.
Yeah, I
understand. Bro. Whatever.
Yeah, I understand.
Whole account got banned, and my fucking barber was like, "Yo, I'm trying to buy my kids a PS3. You got one?" I was like, "Yeah, I got one for sale, but that bitch banned." He was like, "Well, like, what's that?" Like, I'm like, "I can't play online." He like, "Shit, they don't need no online anyway." He was like, "You got games on that bitch?" I was like, "I got like fucking 30 games on that bitch." He was like, all right. He was like, "Throw in the extra controller and I'll buy that shit from you for $400. I was like, "Okay." He paid for my new PS4. I mean, my new PS3 essentially, because I was down and out or whatever. So I went, gave that shit to him or whatever. And his kids lived happily ever after.
Hey, let that be a lesson, boy. Don't ever do no dumbass shit to get your shit banned. That's a lesson in itself. You don't want to get your shit banned.
A lesson learned the hard way.
Boy, you gonna be sad, boy. They don't give no damns.
If you light skin, black, white, Mexican, they don't care.
I feel like the fact that I'm not telling y'all exactly what happened makes me look like.
Go ahead and tell it then. Tell it then.
You ain't got to
incriminate yourself,
bro.
I would never disclose what happened, but it's not
even to your jaw jacking people.
Probably not on the podcast, bro.
Not on the podcast.
You tripping
in the private quarters and shit like that. So in conclusion with that topic, everybody, well, P said no. P don't like digital downloads because he feel like he can't sell his 2K back for like $20, which nobody wants that shit anyway because that shit's fucking trash, bro. But other than that, everybody kind of agreed that digital downloads is cool, except for Dill. Dill was on the fence about it. P said no, but Django, Sully. Okay, well, let me ask y'all this then. How y'all feel about these companies rehashing their shit? Like, for a long time, Call of Duty just kept coming out. And I don't know if y'all seen like the YouTube videos, because I seen some of how they were like actually using cutscenes of other Call of Duties.
Oh,
Copy and
no, I didn't
paste.
know that.
Right. And,
Copy
yeah,
and
putting them
paste.
into the new Call of Duties. It was the same cutscene. It was just different people in that shit.
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah,
I
just,
hate
That's news to
They
me.
saving money on resources. All
I'm
they do is
gonna have to
give it a
send you the
higher,
link, bro.
they give it a higher resolution, and they'll show it at a different angle. That's it.
That's
A
crazy.
lot of games shouldn't come out every year. A lot of games, I feel like if you're gonna be a great company, you ain't got to never worry about Smite, Warframe, Fortnite, and shit like that coming out
World of
every
Warcraft
year.
ain't boy. Once they had the what you call it,
Because
all you do
the
is update.
update is so significant of great content that you don't need another game. 2K shouldn't come out every year.
Definitely not.
They need to hit us with a update roster like they do every time, and just update what you already got. Give us the shit that we already had on the. Why do I buy the new 2K to lose out what I bought this last 2K for? You know what I mean? I like 2K15 and what they had going. I buy 2K19, 18. They done took the shit out.
And
Keep
like,
what you got and
Now,
continue
I would
building
say
from there.
for basketball, I remember one year. I think it was EA that did it.
Sully,
They
turn your
had,
mic up a little bit. Turn your mic up a little bit.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I
That
can't.
nigga trying to use his J safety.
Yeah,
That's
trying to get all sexy with it.
J safety
It's
boys.
as loud as my mic. It's computer mic. So
Yeah,
Now
lean
now
your
you
face
good.
right there. Lean your face close to the mic.
okay. So I remember one year EA did it. They had college basketball. And
Hey, before you go on, college basketball was fire, by the way. If anybody who didn't play that shit
yeah, it
went.
was.
Yeah, shout out to the
They
college
missed
basketball
out.
time.
They shut it down. You got to pay the players if you want to use the
So-
back of my number.
The way that they did the college basketball was once you got to your junior, you could start it in your junior year, but definitely your senior year. So once you finished that year, you could take your character and have them drafted into that next year of live that came out.
Yeah,
so
I
it was
remember.
like transitioning to games. I thought that was
What live was that?
back when people played live.
Okay, so it had to be 05 or
I was
lower.
about to say
It was a while ago.
Okay,
long
yeah.
time ago.
06
I just-
was the death of live.
Yeah, I just had to make sure what live it was. Go ahead, bro.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was a long time ago. So you got to draft your player into live and then continue on from there, build up his rating, keep going. So I thought that was a great concept. So I figured that would be adopted by maybe 2K or some of the other gaming things. I think they also did that for Madden. They had college football. You could draft your player into Madden. So I thought that was a cool concept. Now, with this releasing every year, I was like,
Combine.
it's ridiculous. But I mean, I can kind of see how they have to do that, because if you get your player up to 99, what are you going to do with it if you keep the game and they just release new features?
Reset that motherfucker. That's easy as fuck. Reset him. Shit.
Reset them down or
reset his ass back over. Shit.
Reset them. They give you a big update like that, like all the character shit. Like you can't bring them over to this new update. So
Right.
or just reset your badges or something like that.
Yeah, reset
Because
your
all the badges are
badges.
gonna change, so now you have to
Don't-
get the new badges.
The only thing about that is like, on my back. Go ahead, P.
Oh, that was it. Once you
Oh.
bring your character over and your badges reset, then you just got to get a whole new set of badges. But at least you keep your character. Like I like the way this character
they can
plays.
keep your build though, like your height or whatever and shit like that. But everything else gonna change because they gonna change. They gonna evolve their badges. They took out badges. They added badges. Like that fucking hands badge, shit retarded.
Right.
Okay, but
that would be
don't.
like a little challenging for titles like that. But Call of Duty, there's no reason why they should re-release that game.
Battlefield did it too for a while, which
Nah,
that shit was fucking trash.
I think that there's no justification for anything more than a fucking trilogy. Story game, whatever. I think you should be able to tell your full fucking story in a trilogy, and that should be it. The
So
games like 2K,
Halo, like Halo and Gears of War and shit like that, they shouldn't do this shit.
should all ended in a trilogy, and you should move like just like how you got Halo and Destiny. Same type thing. People still love it because it's from the makers of Destiny. I mean, the makers of Halo. People love Destiny or wanted to love Destiny off rip or whatever. And they made a whole new franchise or whatever. It might not have been far off, or it might not have been too different, but it still was a new story. You could even tell the fucking story from a different angle. But I feel like Assassin's Creed, the first one, when I first played Assassin's Creed on
That shit was trash.
That you crazy. That shit was fire.
The first one, bro.
The first one, you would get lost, yo. That map was crazy.
That first one, bro. I damn near busted a physical nut playing that game.
Hey, listen, bro. But when you play the second one, then you go back to the first one because I gave it out for free. I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I would never revisit that shit because I don't want to. The way I envisioned it then and how beautiful it was to me then, it's probably gonna be hella trash now. But the first Assassin's Creed, I was like, oh my god, I was in love with that fucking game. And Assassin's Creed, don't get me wrong, it's still it's still fun to play. Like, it's still nice. You still can find something interesting about it. But how many more fucking Assassin's Creed are we gonna fucking get?
Okay, look.
Stop
okay,
now. Don't. As long as the stories keep coming out are unique, because there's a bunch of different assassins and they're unique to each person. You know that genre itself doesn't have to change because of the way they write the story.
You right about that if Desmond wasn't like the continuation of the story. Granted, Desmond died. Spoiler.
You're supposed to say spoiler alert first before you just said the name.
I mean, you didn't know that shit by now. All the Assassin's Creed that came out, bro. You don't need to play. Okay, look. Check this out though. All right. Well, okay. In the Assassin's Creed world, we're gonna use this for right now. In the Assassin's Creed world, what games would you even take out? Because I didn't play one. You said one was good. I played two. Two was Brotherhood was good. The one with what's the dude? The Indian. Connor. Yeah, Connor. That shit was good. That's already 4 games. And the Pyro one piece said was good. I didn't play that.
I loved it. I still got them on both my systems now. I love it.
I had the T-shirt and all that shit. I had plans to play that shit, but it wasn't in God's plan.
Well, yeah, he said that one was good. That's what, 4 or 5. Then they had Syndicate, which was kind of ass, but I liked the co-op play to that shit.
Yeah, I give him A for effort for that one.
They came out with the London one I didn't play, and then they came out with this Egyptian one that I think Gerv really liked and shit like that.
I played that too. I like that one too.
But there was like 5-6 games like you can't
wait. But wait, there's more because there was a lot of side Assassin's Creed. It was kind of like DLC-ish. Like, there was mobile ones. There was like fucking, you had one where like it was like kind of during like the Civil War type era. Like,
the slaves, the girl or something.
Yeah, so it's like, once again, like I get what Pete's talking about, because this one is kind of, I would say, is debatable because
Kingdom Hearts 2.
you are telling the story from different points, but first it's a whole new story every time. But the thing is the story never changed. You're a fucking assassin. You're going against whatever is the Illuminati, pretty much, in whatever era you in, which they're gonna call the Templars or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it. It's the same fucking thing time and time again. And it's like, that's why I say, with that being said, it gets predictable. We know somebody close to you is gonna fucking die. We know how this shit goes. And it's like, I think after a time, you've told that story too many times. I really think 3 is the sweet spot for that. And I mean, if you want to, like, all them other Assassin's Creed could have literally been DLC. You're bringing out whole disc for DLCs, essentially. You're milking it. That's what I'm saying about, like, motherfuckers are milking it. Because if you really want to milk it, you could have took those fucking $60 games that was actually DLCs and just made your 20 off of it.
Yeah,
It
even if
made
it's
it
because
DLC.
remember you said DLCs are just generally we're gonna add this little piece in there. There's no way you're gonna be able to, whether you use 3 or this new one with them being Egypt, add the extra content and they go from Egypt to being in the Caribbean. And
You
being able
can.
You can.
that's a whole it's a
that
whole
on-
different
No,
storyline.
listen. The only time I think you should make a new game is if the whole dynamic of the shit changed. You're still an assassin. You still fight. You still use weapons. You still ride on fucking animals. You still kill people. They're using the same engine. They're copy and pasting it and basically throwing a skin on it. Like
Okay, so then maybe the Black Flag would have to have been the one that they brought out the new disc for, because yeah, you had the killing stuff, but the sea adventure part of it was something completely new. Because even this Assassin's Creed now is just like any of the other ones, but it's not like Black Flag. Black Flag with the ships and that whole ocean shark driven diving swimming aspect was completely different than any of the Assassin's Creed before, and even the ones now.
I can't remember which Assassin's Creed it was. I'm pretty sure it was Assassin's Creed that I played, but there was an Assassin's Creed that I piloted or I sailed on a ship, like I was on the ship or whatever.
But you don't think it was Black Flag?
I didn't play Black Flag at all. But what I'm saying is these are things that's in the game. These are things that's not hard to put in the game. And for me, I'm just gonna say it like this: if I don't think that being able to sail and be a fucking pirate is
Close your mouth, P.
I don't think being a pirate is an excuse to make an entire disc. That's like if I was a rapper and I fucking dropped a mixtape and then I copy and pasted that same mixtape and added 2 new songs on there and made you pay a whole new fucking price for a essentially which is old with 2 extra motherfucking, songs on there, 2 new songs on there, and I'm calling it a new mixtape. It's like we're taking this old shit and they're like how like look, the fact that a company can pump out a fucking game every year says a lot. That says a lot because that means that there's no thought going into it. There's no time or thought going into it. They're copy and paste. They're handling something way too quickly because they're copy and pasting something. They're able to pump it out every fucking year. You got shit like Grand Theft Auto. They don't release a Grand Theft Auto every year. You get a Grand Theft Auto every fucking 5 years because it's totally different from the last. There's a totally different story mode, totally different play style. They try to up the fucking stakes. It's something totally different, and that's why Grand Theft Autos always sell well. You got Black Flags and Assassin's Creed. All of this shit is the same thing because they're copy and pasting the foundation of it, and they're just putting different color sprinkles on top. You're just getting different color sprinkles essentially.
Okay, dear. So what about this? So basically, I don't know how you would do it then. Okay, say like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3. So basically, you saying using Assassin's Creed, the first one as a base, and bringing 2 and 3 in as DLCs.
Honestly, yeah. 1 and 2. I mean, no, 2 and 3. They both had Ezio on there, right?
Right, but they had years apart from 1, 2, 3, and was 3 Brotherhood, and whatever the 4th one is, it was years apart. But then after that, they started coming back to back.
Yeah, I would have made 2 and 3 a DLC. Like it could have been a big expansion, whatever. Like games do this, but I'm just saying, like, how do you justify making an entire disc if you're going to use the exact same character? You're going to use it's Assassin's Creed, so it got to play like Assassin's Creed. It got to be familiar, so it's going to play the same. You might have little extra weapons here and there. I've seen games, especially MMOs, I've seen them turn the whole fucking MMO world upside down off of a patch. So you can't sit here and tell me that you can't do that with a DLC.
So that means World of Warcraft is still the leading
right
video.
How many gigs is World of Warcraft?
How many gigs?
Yeah.
If you have all of them,
Yeah.
uh,
Basically, what I'm saying, who
Nope.
got that much memory to be doing all
No,
that?
it's not. It's not an abundance of memory because it just changes what you already have.
From like DC. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it took DC. DC took a lot of fucking memory until they found out how to fucking, I don't know, whatever that was, where they switched it around, where they, you know, how they switched it around and they kind of implemented a little smaller gig space. But that's still a lot of fucking memory to be doing.
But listen, it's a lot of memory in that one lump sum that they give you, and whenever they get ready to change it, it only changes that they already got in there. And when they change it big. They change it different, and it doesn't mess with the core parts of your game. It doesn't add anymore. It doesn't take any away. It just changes all of the files that you already have. And they do it so quick. They do it for Halloween real quick, and when Halloween's over, they do it for Christmas. When Christmas is over, they switch it again.
I'm not talking about the events. I'm talking about like big, like, okay, like for example, the Final Fantasy MMO. I know there's another DLC coming out or update or whatever. How many gigs is that? That's what I'm asking. I'm not talking about little shit that they can change. I'm talking about the big shit that they implement, the gig, the size amount of that shit, putting it into that shit. Wouldn't that be a lot of space? So if like we had Assassin's Creed 1, or no, he said 2, bundle 2 and 3. So let's just say what 2 and 3 was like 40 gigs a piece. That's 80 gigs of memory, bro.
I mean, no, that's I'm not saying that you get them all at once though. That's like saying that Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3 is too much for you to handle. You still had to take that space at some point. You still had to use that space at one point. I'm not saying that you like in those like all of those 3 games combined are the amount of gigs because they're whole new games. Because you have to copy and paste the basis over again and then add whatever you change. So what I'm saying is if you bundle 2 and 3 together, and let's say the basis that they're going to copy and paste is like 30 gigs, right? And the change is going to be like 10, maybe 20 gigs or whatever. Like that's a 50 gig game, period. So the expansion itself, it wouldn't be another 50 gigs. It will be whatever's the difference in the change, which will be like the 20 to 30 gigs or whatever in change. It would actually be more effective to you because say for instance, for somebody who wants to like I don't know if this is even a term, binge play the games or whatever. You never played Assassin's Creed. You want to play them boys in chronological order from 1 all the way up to the very last one. You essentially could be able to do that a lot easier if they was to do it like that because you wouldn't have to download all those games or download it, play it, delete it. Like you would still be able to go inside and play those games because even after you beat Assassin's Creed, there's still like side quests and you know, and it's a side story to the stuff that you might not even get the full experience till you really play the fuck out of it or whatever. So saying that you would download it, beat it, and then delete it would be saying that you're still missing out on stuff because they just don't give everything straightforward into a storyline or whatever. And once again, like I said, like them pumping it out every year like that, like I don't see how that you can justify that. You can't justify pumping out a game every fucking year because you're telling like I think people think like okay, year is enough time to really make a new game, but if somebody's pumping out a game every year, they're copy and pasting something. Like it's something being shifted up because no other companies that do that shit, like you don't get a fucking Skyrim every year. You didn't get a fucking Oblivion every year. Like these motherfuckers they're not just copy and pasting their games and sprinkling, you know, adding a little sauce to the shit. Like they're actually building a whole new game from scratch. You're getting a whole new experience. And I think that counts for a whole new disc. But when we get in, like I said, when we get past Assassin's Creed 3 or whatever it was called, we've been getting the same shit. And the thing is like when you get the Assassin's Creed that was quote unquote side Assassin's Creed, when they tell you like when the developers are saying like, yeah, these are kind of like side stories, the side stories wasn't even distinguishable from the real game. It was like what like
it's always different though for the fact that games that come out every year, We ain't never had a game that come out every year that it made it to game of the year. You just ain't gonna never get that because it's never nothing fresh. It's never nothing new. Last of Us, Witcher, Skyrim, Bloodborne, like shit like that we don't see every day. So do you want shit that we don't see every day? You got the games that people love to play. Them the ones that get the hardcore fan base, like the ones you don't see every day. You make shit exclusive, people tend to keep hold, you know what I'm saying, pay attention more. They're live and
I don't know about all that shit because nigga 2K still got a hell of a fan base and stuff.
But that's because there ain't no another game for basketball.
Yeah, they don't have
like they'll put on the title if you gotta. Well, we all about digital now.
What about Call of Duty Battlefield?
It's the #1 basketball selling game. But y'all the only basketball game. How you gonna put #1?
What about Call of Duty and Battlefield though? They do the same shit, but they still got a large fan base between both of them.
They're two different. They're two different
They
games.
two different genres. Like
you got one that's like a tactical shooter, and you got one that's an arcade running gun shooter.
Like how many times we didn't play Battlefield? And it's just like, damn, this one motherfucker out here wiping everybody. Never.
That never happened to me.
Never. Now you have a squad, a team of us busting everybody ass because we play together and we all communicate. Call of Duty, my son can get on there and wipe all of us before we get 2 kills. Be 11.
I don't play that shit.
God,
you know what I'm saying? And he'll be eating ice cream and shit at the same time, whooping her ass.
Like, we trying to rally together to beat him, and he's steadily killing us.
That's the difference. You ain't never. What game that we didn't know that come out every year that it made Game of the Year edition or has been exclusive? Like that's a great ass game. We'll never get that with a copy and paste system.
Hold on, real quick. Hey, Gold Grid. Yeah. When J.Good mentioned Battlefield and Call of Duty, he wasn't mentioning it as in it coming out, Battlefield coming out every year. He was mentioning it as them having competition, pretty much, like because they were talking about 2K being the best basketball game out because it didn't have competition.
Go Grill. They could have kept that goddamn hardline Battlefield though.
No, I like that. Hey, that story went hard, bro. Fuck all that shit. They could have kept Battlefield 1. Hey, go back. Hey, listen.
The hardline
go play that hardline story mode, nigga. That's probably the best story mode you'll get in Battlefield.
Oh yeah, I love that. The comp story mode. Oh yeah, I love that.
That shit went hard. As far as the multiplayer, but that story though,
that mess was trash.
You didn't even play it, Sully.
Remember we was in the cars running around?
No more because it was trash.
Bro, he think every game besides like Smite and 2K is not trash.
Well, Sully, when it comes to game for opinions, how many games have Sully played within the last 2 years? Wait.
But Sully used to play a lot of games with me.
I played like all the games.
Right.
I just hate them. So I just never played them again.
You know, when it comes to games, you like Simon off American Idol.
What?
He loved Elder Scrolls. He loved Elder Scrolls.
He just called you a gaming.
When has the PS4 been out now? At least
it came out, I think 2014, so about 4 years.
4 years. I still don't think we have a game that fully uses the capabilities of it. Maybe one or two.
They're not going to.
And we
are never listen. If they make a game, listen. Another reason why companies will never make a great game for consumers is because we would just quit buying other bullshit. Like you forget all these companies, they ain't bid with each other. They ain't companies with they all in bid, they all in shrines. Like Ubisoft make 5, 6, 7 different games. They'll never make one great ass game because we wouldn't buy the rest of the bullshit. But we just gonna stick to this because we know they dedicated over here. You know what I mean?
Like, look, Sully, imagine
a game that's free like Smite, where it's competitive, it has great graphics, it has all these things, and it's free. I probably spent more on that game, a free game, than I've spent on any other game actually buying.
But that's because they continue to feed you shit that you like, that you enjoy.
Because it makes sense.
Imagine if World of Warcraft came to the consoles.
That's it. I would never play anything else.
We would never play together.
We'd be in a chat together because all of y'all liked Elder Scrolls. All of you, Dill likes Terra. Me and Django liked Monster Hunter. And with that type of game that would give each one of us the little pieces that we liked, once you got in there, you would not be able to pull yourself out. And Dill, only because you wasn't paying attention, me and Sully gave him a free whatchamacallit. We had him out in the world. And Dill was like, I'm getting ready to play. He sat down with his skull. I was sitting next to him.
He sat there by the tree.
And he never came back.
All right, well look, that's a topic for another day, bro. We gotta wrap this shit up. So, conclusion, as far as motherfuckers rehashing they shit, basically, don't nobody like that shit. Is that the vibe I'm getting from everybody?
No, I think me personally, 3 should be the limit.
3. Does
No.
everybody agree with 3?
I don't
Man.
think they should do it at all.
So you think,
Everything should be DLCs.
so the game, whatever game come out, it should be nothing but DLCs dropped, in your opinion.
I mean, that's all they releasing when they make another game anyway.
True.
This is already in the game. They just, well, if you don't give us another $30, we ain't gonna give you a code to further your path into the journey. But it's already in the game.
I don't know how I feel about this shit. I kind of agree that they need to stop doing the rehashing shit, the 18 to 19 to 20, all that shit. That shit needs to stop. But
I mean,
I don't know if 3 is the limit. If they change a bunch of shit, I can't see it being 3 still. So
Listen.
that's how I feel about that. P, how you feel about that shit, bro? Get off the phone.
Hey, I can't. The wife is on the phone. Go.
Okay, well, we gonna have to wrap this up.
We about to wrap this up, y'all.
Go ahead, Django. Go ahead and finish what you about to say before we wrap it up.
Listen, we'll never get a great game as long as microtransaction is taking over. That's it. If you're gonna spend money on the game, it should only be cosmetics. That's it. Point blank. $30 to play some 2K.
Any last thoughts? Anybody got anything to say?
All right, man. In closing,
man, Jaw Jacking Live, man. Knucklehead, Jay Hully, Dilly, J.Good, Family Gaming, man. It was good chatting up with you guys in the stream. Hey, Gold Grill, now we appreciate y'all for the questions and comments, man.
Hold up, man. All right. Like I said, in closing, man, I want to give a couple shout outs to the people that were sitting there, watching, talking to us, interacting. We got Gold Grid. Hold up, I can't go up to see everybody.
We got Gold Grid. We got Gold Grid in the building. Shout out to him. Who we got? B Mongo. Hey, shout out. Hey.
He
said The Witcher is a great game,
and he was the one who helped me.
Yeah, The Witcher was a great game.
I
told motherfuckers that 3 was gonna win Game of the Year. Everybody trying to argue me up and down.
Nah, I ain't argue with you. You can see it.
But
they put some time into it.
Yeah. But all right, people. Next Friday or whenever, it'll be next week. Stay tuned. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in. Appreciate all the followers that follow P, and we'll holler at y'all next time.